Are we live? I can't
It says
tell.
going. It says going live.
Does anyone have
Oh,
the YouTube thing?
you're
open?
live.
Oh,
I
I
have
am?
the
Okay.
YouTube thing open. I said that before. You're live.
Okay, there we are.
Okay. I've got YouTube open in another tab, and I still see the waiting screen.
I think it streams a little bit.
I see.
Oh,
Hey,
something's happening.
listen, if anyone can hear us right now, say yes or something in the chat there, if you wouldn't mind. Just anything at all. I'll just talk. Here we go. This
Actually, I could hear
I
it.
think it's.
well,
I think
there's
it's
a lag.
delayed.
this is very obviously our first attempt at this. Welcome to the Website 101 podcast. There we go. Look, let's go.
Hooray!
This is the podcast for people who like to build websites or learn about building websites or manage websites or whatever. And this is our first Lunch Byte, which is a live version of our podcast. We're trying this out on YouTube. We're going to try to do this fairly regularly every other week. The first and third Wednesdays of the month is the schedule so far. So we'll see how that goes. It's just going to be a short little thing where we talk about stuff going on with us right now. And we do like feedback for anyone that, wants to tell us how they feel about this or about our show or anything. You could go to website101podcast.com/feedback, and there's like a one question thing. You don't have to put an email or a name or anything in there. Hit submit, just answer one of those questions or tell us whatever you want in there, and we'd really appreciate it. By the way, I guess I should introduce us. I'm Mike Mella. That's Amanda Lutz. That's Sean Smith. Go ahead, Amanda.
No fanfare. Literally no fanfare with that introduction. Thanks, Mike. I was just going to say that I put the link to that feedback form on the live chat.
Oh, cool.
I'm all nervous. It's weird.
Oh, and Paolo says, "Let's go."
Paolo.
So yeah, we're here.
Yeah,
Paolo, thanks for
Paolo from Chile,
commenting.
I think. I'm assuming that's
I-
a Chilean flag. I could be wrong. Sorry about that, Paolo.
I'm guessing the let's go was when we were like, God, is it running? Is it going?
No, I think that was the response to me saying, "Can you say something?" Or maybe not. Who knows?
Yes, I think you're right.
All right.
Anyways, this is kind of fun and exciting. And one of the things that we're going to do regularly is start off with kind of like a random or silly kind of question. And that is for today. What are you watching? What did you watch last night on, streaming TV, whatever?
Is that for me?
Amanda?
Is that for Amanda?
Let's go with Amanda. Let's start with Amanda, and then I'll go last.
So we just finished the first season of the show on Apple called Loot. It's got Maya Rudolph, and she's like a bazillionaire or something, and her husband divorces her, but he was the one with all the money, and so now she's like completely lost. All of her friends have abandoned her, and she's trying, and she remembers that she was part of a charitable foundation, so she starts working with that a lot. And of course, hilarity ensues, and she completely is disconnected with everybody else, and new friendships are made, and yeah, it's a fun watch.
Nice.
Mike,
Cool,
what are you
cool.
watching?
I just last night I watched Yellow Jackets. I'm still watching for season 1 of Yellow Jackets, which is for I won't give any spoilers here, but for the first little while I was kind of like, I don't know if this is going to be for me, because various things happened that I was like, come on, and I wasn't buying it. But last night was a particularly good episode because things sort of took a turn. Again, I don't want to go into any details. So far I'm watching Yellow Jackets. Sean, I think you've seen Yellow Jackets, right? Or
Season 1, I watched it when it came out. Excellent. I was so looking forward to season 2. I watched an episode and a half, and I couldn't really get into it. I don't know. I was like not able to focus, so it might have been me. And I'm going to try it again a little bit later.
Cool.
Because I just loved season 1. It was so good. So yesterday, I started a brand new show on Netflix. It's not new on Netflix. It's got 4 seasons. Manifest. So
I've seen some of that.
yeah, the basic premise is this plane takes off from Jamaica back to the States. I forget what city. And when they land, it's 5.5 years later. And confusion goes on. There's some mysterious elements. It feels like there might be some supernatural things coming in. I'm not sure. I watched 2 episodes. It was pretty good. So preliminary ranking, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I've watched about 2 episodes of that myself, I think. I really liked the introduction where they, when the plane arrives and they're like, what the hell? Why is everyone here? Why is the news crews here? And it's because it took off 5 years before and was reported missing or whatever. That was really cool.
Yeah, and there's relationship issues because people landed and their spouse remarried or their boyfriend got a new girlfriend or whatever. Like, and they're like, wow, what do we do? It's been 4 hours for me. It's been 5 years for you. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting premise for sure.
Dapril says he watched that as well. So glad you liked it.
Yeah. Amanda, I assume you know these folks in the chat, right?
I'm guessing that the one said that he was from one of my classes.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
And it's Philippines. Excuse me for the wrong. I'm no good at geography. I don't know why I bothered to guess a flag. That's the stupidest thing for me to do.
I don't even see a flag, so
Oh, don't you
you're
see a
doing
little
well.
flag next to his name? Okay.
Oh no, I just say I see PH. I figured
really?
he was balanced.
So PH probably stands for Philippines. You're not getting the actual flag, so that would have been very revealing,
No.
I guess. But
Yeah,
I mean-
I'm also seeing what Amanda is seeing.
I would not have been able to guess. Yep, Marjorie's here. Hi. Also from my class. So yeah, I sent an announcement this morning to all of my Seneca classes, and yeah, we currently have 4 concurrent viewers and a total of 5. So look at us go.
Sweet.
Amazing.
Yeah,
way to tell-
happy
does it-
to
does
see
it-
Amanda's students in.
does it say the total viewer? I can't see a total of viewers on this chat. Am I supposed to be able to see that, or is it only
I
in
see.
the back end?
No, I think it's just in the studio that I'm looking at. It shows me concurrent viewers, chat rate. Like I'm assuming total views, and so far the average view duration,
Okay.
Yeah.
which is exciting.
So I am watching it in another tab as a viewer as well, so I count for that. But I know in other live streams that I've watched that somehow the host is able to highlight different comments. So that I think next week or next time I'm going to try looking at it in studio so I can see if I can highlight a comment on screen.
Nice.
Yeah, I see. If I click beside a comment, I can do things like go to that user's channel, pin the message. I can remove them, so nobody piss me off. I can put a user in timeout, which is funny. Hide and then add as moderator, which is
Okay,
the
cool, cool.
power.
All right. So why don't we talk about what's new this week? Mike or Amanda, have you got anything new that you would like to share?
Hi, Mina. Yes, I do. So this is something that I know that Mike and Sean are totally going to be familiar with something like this. I was helping a friend with their WordPress site. They got an email from their host company that was like, you have to update PHP, but they couldn't update the PHP version because there was something about the WordPress site that was keeping it back. When versions of PHP increment, when any version of anything increments, like sometimes old functions are deprecated, aren't going to work anymore. So we had to update everything. So I updated the core WordPress, I updated all the plugins. The problem was actually with the theme. And it was a very old theme, probably like 4 or 5 years old. And so we had to pick a new theme. So it was chosen, it was selected, and my friend was sitting right here beside me as I was trying to update their site. They're like, oh, I'll just come over. And I was like, that's going to be the worst idea ever because it takes time. I had to back everything up so nothing would be lost. I made a local development environment so that we had a backup copy. I had to update core WordPress and all the plugins and then start applying the new theme. And the old theme just used pages. So it was just a header image and content. And as anybody knows who's looked at any modern websites, you've got images that slide in and parallax and a blurb here and a blurb there. So everything needs to be broken down and modified and rearranged. And honestly, at the end of 3 hours, and we're still not done, but the end of 3 hours, she was like, honestly, I thought this was going to take about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I see the same thing as I drop my car off for service and oh yeah, I'll be back in a half an hour. And it's like, no, you'll be back in 6 hours. It's like,
Yeah.
Really? It doesn't sound like it would be difficult, but I'm just a layperson. I know nothing. And it's the same with these website owners.
Yeah, especially WordPress, I would think, because they're used to just click a button and something happens and whatever, and it's done. They don't understand that, there's all kinds of testing and stuff that's involved. You got to make sure things don't break, and
And
software,
what
like you
Amanda was doing was actually a little bit more involved in general, because she wasn't just updating it, she was changing the theme, and not all themes have the same features. So she has to go back and make sure everything still has all the content displayed correctly and things are working as expected.
Yeah. And then the fact that you're trying to so for those who don't know, a lot of modern WordPress themes will come with demo data so that you can actually load all the demo data so that your site starts out looking exactly like the demo that you saw that looked so cool that made you want to like purchase the theme in the first place. So between like keeping the old content and the demo data and then the new pages that was like a clone of the demo layout, and then but with the old content like put into the different areas. So now we're looking at like, I don't know, like 30 or 40 different WordPress pages, but not all of them are accessible and in the menu, and like it was really becoming a lot. And so just things always take longer than you think they're going to take, even when you know what you're doing.
Right. So Amanda, you said your friend expected it to be about 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and you had spent 3 hours at that point when she said that. How long did it take you to finish everything?
It's still not done because it's like a WordPress site for her business, and of course she's busy. She's got other stuff going on in her life. So I believe that after the 3 hours she left, I kept working on it a bit on my own on a different day, and then like with any client, I sent her the email that it's like, okay, so here is your new landing page, and here's your new about page, and here's your new blog section, and is there anything you want to modify, and this other page that is so important for you to include. I think it was like a testimonials page that had like 18 quotes from her clients, and I'm like, you gotta wheel, at 3, 4 at the most. Do you want it to be this layout or that layout? And she's busy doing her other stuff. She's busy running her company. She's got a life. She does other things. So I haven't heard back from her. So her new site is still just the very fancy coming soon. And it's like, like commit and get it done.
Does it have a little guy, an icon of a guy shoveling? It's under construction. You remember that?
Yes.
Welcome to 2002.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I had a similar. Sorry, you go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like stuff. Even when you know what's going on, everything is gonna take longer than you think it's gonna take. So hey, all of you students out there, where Amanda keeps saying, don't leave this assignment for the last minute.
Yeah.
Get on it.
Good advice.
Get it started. Even just get over that initial hump of just starting it. It relieves stress and anxiety later.
I had a similar situation recently with a client who said they had some pressing event or something they wanted to promote on the site. And oh, by the way, we're also going to get you to completely change. It's a WordPress site that I did not build, but I took it over. It's got a slide carousel on the top with some other links and stuff next to it. They're going to get rid of all that and replace it with, basically a hero section, which I advised. It's good. Don't use sliders for the top of your website.
Yeah.
But I had to say, well, just so you know, might take some time for me to implement this. So if it's time sensitive, don't wait till the last minute to send me these changes. Let me know in advance so I can start working on it and that. So yeah, it's funny, the people. The other thing I find that sometimes that clients might not realize is they may think that in my case, for example, like it's possible that they thought it was just going to be put an image here and put some text next to it. But maybe there's as a designer, I can tell you that very often there's a better idea than to just plop an image on the page with some text next to it. Maybe there's a good way to sort of make a graphical thing, like actually do some design, some art direction, that to make the thing better. And maybe they don't realize how much time that might take, but it would pay off, in the end, I would think. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, well, I would also say that as a developer, I oftentimes underestimate how long things are going to take, because I'm working on a site, a legacy site. It's in Craft, but it's got this legacy code, so I can't use Tailwind or any of the modern stuff that I'm used to. And it's like, all right, I think this will take a couple of hours. in my head. I just told the client, okay, well, we're going to work hourly on this because I'm not 100% sure or whatever, instead of giving them a quote. It's taken like 6 hours instead of just a couple hours. So triple the time. And
Yeah.
I've got like 15 years of experience in the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be really difficult to. I recently I got a new project and they wanted a project schedule for like the whole thing for months, right? And I was trying to make one of those Gantt charts where it has a task that's goes this far and then there's another bar that sort of takes over and this is dependent on that. And man, we went back and forth for a long time because they're already working on their part of the project. Before they even hired me, they started working on some content auditing and stuff. And I have to kind of, well, how long is that going to take? When will you be done? When will I sort of step in? And those kind of estimates are just really difficult to come up with sometimes.
They are, especially when you're going to be dealing with somebody else, the client. You know, it's always the caveat of like, yeah, this project will take, so many weeks to do, so long as you are responsive as soon as I need those answers.
That's right. Yeah, I always say this should be considered a living document, and it's going to change as the project progresses. It's just a sort of a guideline, that kind of thing. You have to do that.
100% behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrea, that's a wave. Okay, I was wondering.
I think it's a wave.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if that was like
or
paint
she's
splashes.
enthusiastically agreeing with you.
Yeah, right.
Like one of those.
By the way, if anyone's in the chat and has anything they want us to talk about right now, we're going to go for a few minutes anyway, if we can.
Minutes.
If there's anything you want us to discuss, web-wise or otherwise, what are you guys watching? Pop it in there.
Also, if you have ideas for the podcast in general, like a topic you'd like us to go in depth on for a regular podcast episode, not a lunch bite.
Yeah, that's right. We're planning the plan so far. Should we tell them the plan of the upcoming? I think we're going to try to put out a couple more episodes of the actual podcast, and then over the summer is usually typically a bit of a break for us, but we might try to keep this thing going, right? Keep doing these a little bit through the summer.
Yeah,
I think it'd be good.
And then resume season 7 in the fall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also,
Exciting
I think I
times.
mentioned it. I think I mentioned it in one of the classes yesterday. If anyone has a fun idea, something that we can celebrate when we get like a milestone of however many subscribers, or either on the YouTube channel or for the podcast itself. It's not like there's a lot of extra content that we could share with people. I don't know how interesting that would be
swag.
anyway. But yeah, I mean, we're open. I'd like to do something. I think it would be cool to like be able to celebrate stuff. I just don't know what anyone would care about.
I know what we need to do. In the lunch bites, we need to do like a little confetti overlay as it goes in front of our faces.
Hey, you want to figure that out?
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Is that possible to do on YouTube? Maybe it is. I don't know.
Check Riverside. Riverside's got the
right.
audio.
That's
Maybe it's got some video stuff too.
I wonder- am I
Oh,
able
so
to-
for those watching, we use a podcast recording software application website called Riverside. So it's
Rabbit Hole is really good. I finished it. Dapril.
that's the show he's watching. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
With,
finished it
Kiefer
last
Sutherland.
week. Yes, really good. Kiefer Sutherland's kick-ass.
Yeah, Amanda,
he does
continue.
good stuff.
You're talking about Riverside, right?
Oh
Is
yeah,
that
no,
what
I
you're
was talking
referring
about Riverside. So it's the software that we use that does all of the recordings. It does the audio and the video separately, and actually that's what we're using Riverside to stream to YouTube. I'm pointing at my different monitors where my different browser windows are open, and Riverside will do like you can do different audio inserts, like Mike the host on Riverside hit something.
to? That's right.
Hooray!
That's supposed to be cheering. I don't know if anyone
It's
can hear
applause. I don't know if you can hear it.
Oh, this goes for a while. Sorry.
God, that's long.
Standing
Yeah,
up.
so apparently adding overlays to stream is possible with OBS.
What's OBS?
Open broadcasting something or other. It's used by gamers a lot to stream. You can do video recordings. It's free, open source. It's, as I understand it, it's got a bit of a learning curve. I looked at it for my own personal YouTube channel where I do tutorials about photography, and I decided to go with something paid because it was simpler.
Yeah.
So, but it is something to consider that we try out OBS for the live stream one time.
Oh, maybe.
Sean, you should do a live photo editing YouTube broadcast.
Could you
sometime.
imagine?
Yeah, that
I'm-
goes.
I'm actually considering it because I've actually watched a couple of them.
I've seen people do stuff like that.
Yeah.
That would be nerve wracking. I can't imagine.
Yeah,
people do
because
that.
it's like whenever like a manager or a client is standing over your shoulder while you're like trying to type something, that's
Yeah.
when your fingers turn into knots, and suddenly it's like you're just
Yeah.
so much for homework.
Yeah,
You just got to start typing with your fingers.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure if I'm ready to do it because the one guy that I watched a few times, he's got about 2,500 subscribers on his channel, and there's about 8 people watching. I've got 300 subscribers, so I'm like there'll be like one.
Hey, you never know. You know?
Well, even you know what? You just got to get the right group of people because hey, we've got 6 concurrent viewers right now, and only like what are we at 70 subscribers on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, 74.
So just bribe people, scare them a little bit. But by the way, nobody gets any marks for watching this. Sorry,
Suddenly everyone leaves.
Watch them all quit.
I know.
How much?
Okay, well,
how much
oh.
more teaching do you have in the? How long does your teaching go? Your
Oh,
classes?
the semester just started.
Oh, this one did. Okay,
Like
yeah.
this is week 2 of the summer semester.
Wow,
Yeah.
very nice.
So they're stuck with
Good
me for
times.
months. Yeah.
That's all right.
Anyway,
So-
I think that we've achieved our purpose.
Yeah.
We played with the YouTube Live. We talked about some stuff. We actually had people watching. Thank you, everyone,
Thank
for
you for
watching.
coming, everyone.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thanks. I feel it's obligatory. We have to say like, subscribe, thumbs up, share, fart noise, all the rest of it.
Website 101podcast.com.
Yes, website 101podcast.com. There's we try to have new episodes every 2 weeks. And I think the next one, isn't it next week, we're going to be talking to somebody about marketing and social media shares.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think that's going to be a really awesome episode. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too. Me too.
I feel like social media is something that we all kind of know a bit about
Yes.
in terms of our jobs, but we don't specialize in it at all. So it'd be nice to talk to someone who
Yeah.
knows a lot more about it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be more of a like small business owner type of episode. I think it'll help them out a lot.
All right.
Absolutely. Yeah, this has been a fun first live stream. Thanks for everybody
It
for
has
watching.
been.
Yeah.
Thank you
thanks
so
very
much.
much for tuning in, everybody.
Oh, and Kevin is joined
Oh.
from the UK. Hi, Kevin.
Oh, geez, Kevin
Hey,
just got
Kevin.
here. Kevin.
Just
Oh,
back here
that-
now.
Well, now's a good time to quit before we here's what we were saying about him earlier.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know how to end it. I see an end stream button on the studio.
I think that's what
Is
you need
that-
to hit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that sounds right. And then I'll do it on my end with the Riverside thing.
yeah, but
I
if
guess.
it's buffered, I guess it goes to the end of the buffer.
Probably.
We'll find
Okay,
out.
we're gonna find out. Bye, everyone. Thank you. 2 weeks.
Thanks for
We'll
watching.
see you.
Yeah.
Same time, same bat time, same bat channel.
That's right.
Bye.
Bye.
Your stream will stop immediately, and you will no longer be live.
That's what we want.
I guess end.
I'm watching the stream in my other window.
Okay.